I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, attended University of Michigan. So coming here to a large city was quite an experience because I didn't have any family here. I didn't know anyone here. So to leave my comfort zone and to come to a big city was pretty daunting.
I'm one of 4 children. My father went to 3rd grade. My mother didn't have much of an education. They were children of immigrants. I lived in housing projects until I was a teenager.
I'm the first attorney in my family, so I can't point to one person or one event that inspired me. I think it really was my family's tradition of hard work, focus on education, and service to others.
So I knew that I never wanted to be in a position for myself or anybody close to me to be taking advantage of something we didn't understand. So for me, becoming a lawyer wasn't just a career choice, it was a way of life.
My father would always say, "This is my son Leonard, he's going to be a lawyer." I never really thought about what my avocation would be or what my vocation would be. I just assumed my father knew what he was talking about and I would be a lawyer when I got big, and in fact I became a lawyer.
Going to law school was always a desire on my part. I was always interested in healthcare on the one hand and law on the other hand. So while most people may have been surprised that I took a turn to go into law after pharmacy school and practicing pharmacy for several years, it was always my goal to become a lawyer.
I engage with professors often. I think you need to, as a student, make sure that you're fully prepared for class.
Visit them, to stop in their office when they have office hours outside of the classroom and to discuss issues and debate issues.
They've been my reflecting block on a lot of things where I've been able to talk to them about career decisions I was thinking about making.
After graduating, you have an opportunity now as a colleague to work with them.
They became really great contacts when you leave law school, and lots of contacts that other people would like to have.
Fully embrace the experience of being a law student because it's going to be your life when you graduate.
They need to engage with professors. They need to be active in the classroom.
I would encourage students to weekly have an outline and continue to study the material.
If you have your assignments fully completed, you are going to have a better understanding of the topics and issues that are going to be presented by your professors, and you will gain so much more by being able to engage in those arguments or those discussions that will help you later on in your career.
I did a judicial externship.
I was involved in moot court, trial ad, Student Bar Association, and Phi Alpha Delta Law Fraternity.
I joined the Student Justinian Society, which is an organization of Italian-American lawyers. I got involved in the Student Bar Association of the Illinois State Bar Association.
These individuals that you'll be supervised by, these are the individuals that you may have to call upon for a recommendation.
Get involved. Be part of whatever organizations there are at the law school, whatever clinics and opportunities you have.
And the more activities you get involved in from the time I was in law school and continuing will only help your career.
Sometimes people come into law school thinking that they're going to practice in a specific area, and then they don't realize till later on that then they change their mind. And so the more experiences you can get, the more open you are, and then you'll know whenever you've actually selected the right thing for you.
Certainly find something that you're passionate about.
Really think about if this is what you want to do. If it is, what specific area do you want to practice in?
Try the public sector. Try working for a judge.
Try to gain some experience outside of the law school.
Because in the end, then you'll know when that's your right path.
Wow, well, a lot of prayer.
You should try to keep up with the recommended workload.
I would treat studying to pass the bar exam as a full-time job.
You need to be able to kind of pace yourself as you would for a marathon.
Developing a routine for studying.
Take every bar preparatory class that you possibly can.
Take the remedial courses. Spend the time you have to in taking the bar review courses.
You got to do what you need to do to pass that bar.
John Marshall has a very good resource for allowing students to get in front of practitioners. The Student Alumni Exchange has an evening where students and alumni can actually meet in a very informal setting, and it allows students an opportunity to become familiar with practitioners.
Because all of the students that graduate who then become alumni feels this passion for the law school, that it was like a Marine Corps boot camp, and we have to stick together. We have 17,000 alumni, the largest alumni base of any law school in the country.
I am where I am today because someone took the time to help me.
You never know who you're going to meet today that you're not going to bump into 6 years from now, 10 years from now, 2 weeks from now, that's going to impact on your career.
Our community is all about relationships.
Even if you don't know anybody, people will be there to greet you. People will be there to network for you, to network with you.
You can have wonderful skills, you can have a great resume and background, but if somebody doesn't know who you are, you're not going to be able to get through the door.
Networking is real easy. You just have to show up. In fact, one of my mantras in life is just about simply showing up. Because when you show up, you get things done.
Spend the time getting to know a lot of the other students. Those are the people that will end up going into another area of law, and you'll constantly call them because that's not exactly what you do, and those end up being the people that you rely on to help you with that area.
Absolutely. Life always gets in the way, but at the end of the day, it's very important to maintain those relationships that you've developed throughout your life.
We had a very close-knit group of students, and most of the friends that I made in law school I still see today.
We truly care about each other. Might be because of that Marine Corps boot camp mentality, that we work harder than the other law schools to be practice ready.
We worked very well as a group. I can only hope that students coming in to John Marshall today will do the same thing, because those relationships are really important.
I owe everything to John Marshall Law School.
John Marshall was one of the best law school experiences that I think a student can have, frankly.
The relationships that I made at Marshall have been long-lasting.
It really does help young lawyers become practice ready.
Just in general, I felt very much a part of the John Marshall community when I was there.
It really is what I consider the foundation of why I am where I am today.